14 hidden signs she's trying to seduce you. So many men miss this. Just when you think you understand girls, they can surprise you and leave you feeling unsure. No matter how hard you try to read the signs, it's not always easy to know if you'll succeed tonight. If you want to improve your chances of getting her under the sheets, do not miss any of the seduction signs we'll be sharing in this video. 14. She touches herself. When she touches herself, it shows she wants your attention. But when she touches you, it's even clearer. It means she's getting close to you physically, invading your personal space. So she's letting you into her space. Just a light touch on the arm or back isn't what we're talking about. That's nice, but not a strong signal. But if she puts her hand on your chest, leg, or near your groin, that's a really good sign. At that point, she feels comfortable enough with you to show she's interested in more than just being friends. 13. She leans in when talking to you. If someone finds you attractive, they'll often try to get closer to you physically. Pay attention to how she positions herself during conversations. Does she lean in or gradually move nearer to you? Your intimacy zone is the area within about 18 inches around your body. Normally, people stand a few feet apart while chatting, but a woman who's interested in you will want to be as close as she can. The personal zone, which is typical for friends chatting casually, ranges from about 1.5 feet to 4 feet apart. If she's closer than that, she might see you as more than just a friend. Compare the distance between you and her with how far other friends and co-workers usually stand from you. You'll likely notice a big difference in their positions compared to hers. 12. She asks you personal questions. When a girl isn't into you, she won't show much interest in your personal life. She'll probably stick to basic and dull small talk. But if a woman likes you, she'll be curious about everything. She'll want to know about your weekends, your hangout spots, your friends. She'll want to understand you better. By asking you questions, she's trying to create a connection and make the relationship more personal. This is something many women do when they're attracted to you sexually. 11. She changes the tone of her voice. When women are attracted to you, they may change the way their voices sound. Pay close attention to how she talks to you, and notice if her tone becomes more seductive when she's being flirty. Often, women will lower their voices and make them softer, aiming for a sultry tone to catch your interest. Compare how she talks to you with how she talks to her friends. You might notice that her voice becomes more sensual when she's speaking to someone she's attracted to. 10. She compliments your physique. Not all women do this. So, if she tells you how well built you look, she's actually saying, "You look yummy." A more subtle sign is she'll ask if she can join you at the gym or any activity where your physique is in full display. She'll find ways to tell how strong you look. In her mind, she's saying you'd be formidable in bed. Thank her and ask if she wants to feel those strong muscles of yours. She'll be ecstatic. 9. She doesn't mind sharing personal information with you. Some girls don't open up easily, especially to someone they just met. So if you hear her telling personal things only her best friends know, you'll know something's up. Unfortunately, it's not always a clear indication of seduction. After all, some women will go to bed with you without knowing your name. However, sharing personal information with you indicates some degree of flirting. Try opening up to her as well. Who knows, you might still hit the jackpot. 8. She gazes at your body from head to toe. If she compliments you on how good and irresistible you look, she's ready to go on a fantasy trip. Don't expect her to ogle at you. She'll focus on your lips, fantasizing how warm and moist they would feel on hers. She'll lower her gaze down your chest and imagine running her hands across. She'll go further down, conjuring vivid images of a package she's waiting to unwrap. She'll shift her focus to the bulges in your arms, wondering how strong these would be. If you notice these cues, try flirting with her by asking if she wants to feel your muscles. 7. She sits or stands very close or next to you. What's wrong with a lady friend standing or sitting close to you? Nothing. However, if there's plenty of space around you, yet she is still inches closer to you, she's signaling she's ready to hit the sack. She'll look for opportunities to be as close to you as possible. For example, a rush hour train ride should be the perfect excuse to get close to your body without you thinking maliciously. If you hug your friends, you'll notice this lady friend's embrace a little longer than others. That's a cue. 6. She strives to look appealing to you. Any woman who desires a man will also want to look desirable. It's a natural behavior among women. However, if you notice she puts effort to look good, she's into some mischief for the night. She'll put on the most seductive dress for the evening, besting Betty Boop, Jessica Rabbit, or Marilyn Monroe. She'll display her best assets and will focus on their care. Plunging necklines, bright lipstick, and very revealing clothing indicate she's seducing you. 5. She loves touching or caressing you. An occasional brush of the forearms or a harmless pat on the back might mean nothing. But if these touchy behaviors are becoming more frequent, it might suggest she's sending you a seductive message. Touch is powerful. It sends minute electrical forces from one person to another without requiring words. She'll rest her hand on your meaty thigh and might go further by lightly caressing it. Some women are more subtle, resting their heads on your shoulder or chest, as if listening to your heartbeat. If you see these signs, take it a notch higher. It's definitely an invitation. 4. She displays sexually suggestive body language. And so, these aren't subtle. But some girls do act provocatively without necessarily wanting to get you under the sheets. So, how can you spot the difference? Does she lick or bite her lips while talking to you? Does she fondle her hair, making soft twirls with her fingers? Does she purposely cross her legs, a La Sharon Stone in basic instinct to reveal her shapely legs? How about slow and deliberate finger movements on objects? Did you notice a sensual tone in her voice? These manifestations are more than the sign of a game lady. She's enticing you. 3. Your conversations revolve around sex. It doesn't matter if it's your sexual preferences or sex life in general. She might even bring up sex every time you have a chat. Although you might think this is an obvious sign she's trying to seduce you, don't be a fool. Some women are more open, allowing them to ask almost any question, even those most of us would consider sexually provocative. If you notice heavy flirting with these steamy topics, you can bet she's got a hidden agenda. So play along. Who knows, you might end up somewhere steamier. 2. She lets you with your advances. It's worth noting that some women are game. They'll flirt with you because they think and feel it's fun. They also have this natural desire to feel feminine, allowing men to pursue or chase them. Meanwhile, girls playing hard to get consider the tactic more fun. If she rejects your advances, she might not be ready to hit the sack with you just yet. Keep your cool and play along. She'll give in eventually. If unsure, you can always muster the nerve to ask her directly. 1. She hints she lives alone. It should be obvious she wants you in bed with her if she talks about how lonely nights can sometimes be. Although talking about living arrangements is common when getting to know another person, telling you about her living alone status is unprecedented. Unfortunately, reading the signals can be a hit or miss. She might bring this topic up to help you open up about your living situation. She genuinely wants to know more about you, making this sign a not-so-obvious indicator of seduction. However, try looking at her body language. If she's relaxed and flirty, you've hit the jackpot. If you liked today's video, be sure to give it a like and subscribe for more content like this.